forward now, but he was really rocking the left hook. There's an uppercut, and that's probably...
You can't fight with your mouth open. Oh, a good right hand by Morrison, and that hurts Joe Hip. Joe Hip is in trouble. Joe Hip is down.
He took that shot like someone yanked his batteries mid-combo. Mike Tyson never fought Tommy the Duke Morrison. And when you watch these knockouts, you start to wonder if that wasn't an accident, but a smart dodge by Tyson. Welcome back to Abner's Counter Punch. Today we're looking at Morrison, one of the 90s most scariest knockout punchers. Movie star swagger with real life put you to sleep type power.
Union Kane, the new heavyweight champion of the world.
You think I have a chance at that?
Absolutely. You could. Hey, Tommy, anybody's got two fists, right? And a good heartbeat. You got a chance, right?
48 wins, 42 KOs, and 87-ish putting your lights out rate. That's not heavy hitter. That's don't blink, not even for a second. He wasn't just via violence, though he did outbox George Foreman to win the WBO belt in '93.
Oh, a big right by Morrison. Morrison, and then George leans into him. Comes with another big right. Morrison's ready for the challenge. George went low, and Morrison clobbered him with the left. Here comes Morrison. A couple huge punches.
Yes, he outboxed the ageless Tank. Not a slugfest. Hit, move, and not be there when the truck arrives. Unanimous decision. Morrison's left hook was Tyson's worst kind of thunder. If Tyson was a buzzsaw, Morrison's hook was that one knot in the wood that can chip the blade. Step, whip, crack, maybe night-night? Watch the snap on these clips. No wind-up, no telegraph.
Souse, you owe anything, Holmes. Oh, and another.
It's like the punch appears mid-air and the other guy's soul files a leave of absence. Could Tyson have walked through that? Not if it lands clean in the first two. Here's why. Tyson's best entries were from low head movement into tight uppercuts.
Arm in the legs, and from here on out, a rain of punches which buckled Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson get that kind of leverage with that right uppercut.
Morrison's left hook sits in that same pocket, built to intercept. Peekaboo defense versus peekaboo detonator. One slips inside, the other punishes the slip. Run the Rudolph fight highlights.
There's a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison.
By about 10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it.
Morrison gets hurt, looks wobbly, then bang! Counters with a side hook that folds razor like a camp chair. That was 1995, IBC strap on the line, TKO in 6. He was getting walked down, and then he just flipped the table. When Morrison's timing clicked, even elite punchers respected the power. It's like arguing on a staircase. You think you have the high ground until you see a missing step, and that hook is that missing step. Now Morrison was terrifying early, but hittable, and the gas tank wasn't bulletproof either. He's like a muscle car with nitrous, insane off the line, but if you drag him long enough, the engine rattles. Let's look at Mercer of '91. Morrison wins the early rounds, but then he gets cornered and chewed up by a 15-piece combo in the 5th round. Brutal, but that clip lives in every hardest KOs montage for a reason. And we're not showing it to disrespect, it's just part of the full picture.
Mercer with two good right hands. And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner. And Mercer's all over him, and Morrison in trouble. And Morrison goes down for the first time in his career. And that is it.
That's it.
And Lennox in '95, taller, longer, fundamentals first, neutralized the hook, jabbed them into compliance, and stopped them in 6.
This is the round that Morrison stopped Ruddock after taking a terrible beating.
Lane's getting very close to a stoppage here. You get that sense. Down goes Morrison. That's the 4th knockdown of the fight. And that'll do it.
That's how disciplined structure handles live wire dynamite. So what does that mean for Tyson? Why does it matter? Because styles make fights. Tyson isn't Lennox. Tyson's firepower is shorter, faster, meaner, but he has to enter the house. Morrison's hook guards the doorway. If Tyson gets through clean, he probably breaks Morrison early. But if he eats that countersink hook on the entry, we're flipping a coin with dynamite on both sides. And trust me, sparring a left hook first kind of guy changes the temperature in your stomach. You think you're safe after slipping the jab, then whip, your ears ringing like a doorbell. Whenever someone is first learning how to box, one of the most important things is learning how to sit on your punches, knowing when you're punching with all arms and no floor. Morrison doesn't make that mistake. He drives from the ground, hips chase the hand, and the knuckles arrive with bad intentions. You can feel that kind of punch through 16-ounce pillows. He could box when he needed to. Versus Foreman, he went full discipline, feet first, hands last. Fans booed, but the judges didn't. Clear UD and new WBO champ.
Jim, this fight was really about whether he can fight, whether he is a world-class fighter. This fight, that was what everybody was wondering. He's done it. He has to get credit for it.
A lot of people.
He moved, he scored, he won. That shows IQ, not just horsepower. And that matters because when a guy can throttle down, chaos is harder to read. Give him a standstill target, and he's a blender. Make him reset, and then you buy seconds that matter. Here's 3 truths. Morrison's left hook is real, Tyson's entries are faster than your excuses, and the fight didn't happen. Because the calendar, not courage, pulled the plug. And ready for the twist? This medical report threw the knockout. On February 10, 1996, day of, Nevada told Morrison that he tested positive for HIV and suspended him.
Just hours before he was to fight on national television, the heavyweight boxer learned he had tested positive for HIV. The bout was canceled, a multi-million-dollar contract to fight Mike Tyson disappeared, and his world was turned upside down.
That caused my life to spiral out of control in a big way. Some of my best friends that I grew up with wouldn't even wave at me going through town.
The planned run-up evaporated. End of chapter. Here's the adult truth. Boxing isn't just fists. It's lawyers, dates, networks, promoters, commissions. Tyson Morrison is one of those almost fights that get undone by fate. You can say duck, I say dominoes. One fell, the fight died. And sometimes, that's the scariest things for fans. No closure. Prime versus prime, I lean Tyson because of his speed, power, inside uppercuts, and experience being in deep water. But the first 2 rounds are the danger zone. Morrison had a genuine puncher's chance, not the fantasy one. We've seen him dent monsters. Ruddock's no cupcake, and that left hook still sent a message. If Tommy finds Tyson's tempo early, we might get history's favorite line. We never saw that coming. So the punchline's simple. Morrison's left hook was the kind of nightmare that could even make Tyson's camp think twice. Sometimes power changes the whole conversation. And speaking of power not being enough, remember when Canelo walked in with all that strength and Crawford made him look average? Literally just happened. That fight told us everything about levels. Timing, IQ, discipline. One guy had the muscles, the other guy had the answers. One swung bombs, the other solved puzzles. Click here for that breakdown of Crawford versus Canelo. And while you're at it, hit subscribe, check that video out, and I'll catch you next time. Later.